Join over 35,000 satisfied users of the CoolBot to build your own indoor 8x8 walk-in cooler. The revolutionary CoolBot allows you to cool a well-insulated room as low as 34 degrees Fahrenheit using a standard window air conditioner. The CoolBot is perfect for farmers, microbrewers, florists, hunters, and meat processors. Read along with our written CoolBot indoor cooler construction guide, and we'll walk you through the process of building your own cooler one step at a time. The information provided in this video may not meet all local building codes. It is your responsibility to determine which codes and permitting requirements are applicable for your jurisdiction and follow them accordingly. Safety tip: at all times, wear appropriate personal protective equipment to ensure a safe and enjoyable construction experience. Thrifty tip: if you are able to repurpose lumber, insulation, an air conditioner, or a door, you can easily have your cooler for a few $100s. Let's start construction of your cooler by building the back wall frame. This is the wall that will be opposite the door and where the air conditioner will be installed. Take extra care to ensure that the air conditioner cutout dimensions are correct for the air conditioner you have selected. Leave a 1/4 inch gap all around the air conditioner. Make the cutout 1/2 inch taller and 1/2 inch wider than your air conditioner. Treated lumber is used for the bottom plate, since the bottom plate may be mounted to the concrete and on occasion get wet. White wood is not treated and used for all other boards in construction of the cooler. Cut all lumber to the lengths shown in the written construction guide. Mark all 2x4s with a pencil and straight edge, identifying the locations where the mating boards will nail to them. Draw a straight line to match the edge of the mating 2x4. Mark an X on the side of the line that will be covered by the mating 2x4. On a flat surface with a backstop that will not move, lay out the wall studs and the treated bottom plate. Nail the treated bottom plate to the 5 wall studs using 16-penny galvanized nails, 2 nails per joint. All nails used with treated lumber must be galvanized to prevent corrosion of the nails. Galvanized nails have a rough, dull, silvery appearance. Nail the rest of the joints together using 16-penny vinyl-coated sinker nails, 2 nails per joint. It helps to rotate the entire wall frame 180 degrees and place the bottom plate against the backstop when nailing the top plate to the studs. Nail the top double plate to the top plate with nails approximately every 12 inches, staggered side to side. The back wall is now complete. Pro tip: starting nails in a board is much easier if the board is laying flat on a rigid surface than if you're trying to hold it in position. Start the nails and pound them until they just break through the back side of the board. The second wall frame that we'll build is the front wall frame. This is the wall that has the doorway. Take extra care to ensure that the door frame dimensions are correct for the door you have selected. Cut all lumber to the lengths as shown in the written construction guide. Nail together the 2 pairs of double studs for the doorway using 16-penny vinyl-coated sinker nails staggered every 12 inches. Nail the treated bottom plate to the 5 wall studs using 16-penny galvanized nails, 2 nails per joint. Nail the rest of the joints together using 16-penny vinyl-coated sinker nails, 2 nails per joint. The front wall is now complete. Repeat the process for the left and right walls in a similar manner to that done for the back and front walls. If you will not be constructing an insulated floor for your cooler, it must be constructed on concrete asphalt, or an existing floor insulated to R15 or better. The next step is to lay out a perfect 96-inch by 96-inch square on the floor where you will be placing your cooler. Mark 4 X's on the pavement as described in the written construction guide. Snap chalk lines between the X's to mark the perimeter of where the cooler walls will be placed. Starting with the back wall, move each wall into place by laying the outside of each wall along the chalk lines. Note that the top double plates on the back and front wall overlap the top plates on the left and right walls. Screw the walls together using number 10 by 3 inches long polymer coated exterior screws staggered every 12 inches. Ensure that the exterior of the walls align with the chalk lines. Finally, anchor the bottom plates to the concrete or asphalt using an appropriate anchor. We recommend anchors spaced 16 inches apart or closer along each wall. Now that the walls are fastened together and the cooler is mounted to the floor, we can install the ceiling joists. We use 2 double ceiling joists to allow for the hanging of items from the ceiling of your cooler. Make 2 double ceiling joists by nailing together boards as specified in the construction guide. Nail 4 joist hangers to the back and front walls to accept the double ceiling joists. Place the double joists into the double joist hangers and nail in place with 2 16-penny nails per hanger. In order to support a ceiling light, we will install a 2x4 centered from front to back in the cooler between the double ceiling joists. To stiffen the cooler frame, we will install the exterior sheeting prior to installing the door. There are many 4x8 sheeting options to choose from, ranging from economical 7/16 OSB board to fancy siding materials. Measure and cut 2 4x8 sheets for each wall with the joint between the sheets centered on the width of the wall. In other words, centered over the center wall stud. Install the sheeting with 8-penny vinyl coated sinker nails spaced 9 to 12 inches apart along all studs, the top and bottom plates, the door frame, and the air conditioner opening. Pro tip: before nailing the sheeting in place, make sure that all the walls are square front to back and left to right. Use an insulated exterior door for your cooler. If you purchase a pre-hung insulated door, it's important that the door is an outward swing door. You can also use an insulated door without a frame and either build your own frame or purchase a door frame kit. Thrifty tip: you can repurpose an exterior insulated door or make your own by building a frame and sandwiching 2 to 4 inches of insulation between sheets of plywood or OSB. Whichever method you choose for your door frame and door, it's important that they are installed plumb and square in order to ensure easy opening and closing of your door, as well as achieving a good seal. Whether you purchase a new door or repurpose an old door, good weather sealing is important to maintaining a cold temperature within your cooler. Now that your cooler is built and the door is installed, you are ready for insulation. We recommend 2 layers of 2-inch thick RMAX Thermosheath 3, which will result in a system R factor of greater than R30. Thrifty tip: do not skimp on insulation. The quality, thickness, and tightness of your insulation will impact your electricity bills for years to come. Measure and cut a 2-inch sheet of RMAX to fit between the outer wall top plate and the double ceiling joist. Install the insulation board and use spray foam insulation to fill any gaps from both the inside and outside of the cooler. Also, spray insulation in the gap between the double joists. Pro tip: if the insulation is loose and falls out, drive a few nails on an angle to temporarily hold the insulation in place. Once the spray foam cures, the nails can be removed and the insulation will remain in place. Measure and cut a 2-inch sheet of Armax to fit between the double sealing joists. Measure, cut, and place a 2-inch piece of Armax above the light support that is at least 8 inches longer than the gap, and center this piece over the gap. From the outside of the cooler, drive 2 number 12 by 3 inch long plastic cap nails through this small piece of Armax and into the light support 2x4. Do not drive the nails all of the way. Allow for the Armax to rise 1/2 inch above the 2x4 as shown by the finger gap in the photo. Use spray foam insulation to fill the 1/2 inch gap, cementing this piece to the main ceiling insulation. Measure and cut 2 2-inch sheets of Armax to fit over the studs of the back wall covering the air conditioner opening. Put the sheets of Armax in place and fasten to the studs with number 12 by 3 inch long plastic cap nails. Use spray foam to fill any gaps and wipe excess spray foam off the insulation face and corners. Pro tip: mark the wall stud locations on the floor at least 6 inches out to make finding the studs easier when installing the insulation. Repeat for the front wall. Repeat for the left and right wall. Take another look at all the joints and fill any gaps with spray foam insulation. To reduce any air leakage, we will tape all the joints with 2.5 inch wide foil HVAC tape. Cut the tape to match the length of the joint being taped and apply from top to bottom by slowly pulling off the backing paper and firmly pressing the tape in place. Taping the corners is a bit trickier, yet with proper technique it is easily achieved. Cut the tape to match the length of the joint and remove the first 12 inches of backing paper. Cup the tape inward toward the wall and apply the tape to only one wall. Remove another 24 inches of backing paper and pull it tight and again apply to only one wall. Repeat until the entire strip is attached to one wall. Go back to the top and with your fingers on the side of the tape that's taped to the wall, slide your finger towards, but not all of the way to the corner. If the tape contacts the opposite wall, gently unstick it and roll it away from the opposite wall. Go back to the top and firmly slide a board from the taped side to the untaped side, allowing the tape to now contact the second side. Firmly press the tape in place with the board and your fingers from top to bottom. Now that we have the first 2-inch layer of insulation on the entire inside of the cooler, we will put on the second 2-inch layer. Measure and cut 2 2-inch sheets of Armax for both the left and right walls. Apply heavy-duty liquid nails generously in a thick bead to the installed sheets of insulation on the left and right walls. 1 to 1.5 10-ounce tubes per 4x8 sheet is about right. Move the second layer of Armax into place and push it tightly against the first layer of Armax to ensure adhesion. Pound each sheet with the flat of your fist, up and down and across, for several minutes in order to help ensure adhesion. Do not pound so hard as to leave marks on the Armax. Pro tip: cut each piece of Armax 1/4 inch smaller than the measured dimension to take into account any out-of-square construction of the cooler and out-of-square cutting of the Armax. Then dry fit each sheet of Armax prior to applying the liquid nails and trim if necessary. Repeat for the back and front walls. Repeat for the ceiling using both heavy-duty liquid nails and number 12 by 3 inch long plastic cap nails to hold the ceiling insulation sheets in place. Place 2x4 braces from the ceiling to the insulation as appropriate to ensure that the second layer of insulation is tight to the first layer. Take care not to put so much pressure on the insulation as to cause permanent damage. As was done for the first layer of insulation, fill all gaps with spray foam insulation and tape all joints with 2.5-inch wide foil HVAC tape. Once your cooler is built and insulated, have a certified electrician install the power for the air conditioner, the CoolBot, the lights, and any other accessories you may add to your cooler. On occasion, condensation may drip from the front of your air conditioner, so make sure all electrical is mounted to the side of the air conditioner and not directly beneath it. We also recommend surface mounting the electrical outlets and conduit inside of the cooler to minimize the chance for condensation to form within the electrical box. When we constructed the ceiling, we used double 2x6 joists to allow us to mount a sliding pipe hanger system from the ceiling for hanging items in the cooler. If you're a hunter or a meat processor, you'll want to mount gambrel hangers on the pipes. Slide the gambrels onto the pipes prior to mounting them to the ceiling. Check to make sure that your gambrel hangers will slide freely on the 1/2-inch galvanized pipe. Center the pipe-style ceiling hangers front to back in the cooler and mount them to the double joist hangers using 4 number 14 by 4-inch long wood screws for each pipe floor flange. It's now time to install the air conditioner into our new cooler. For an 8-foot by 8-foot walk-in cooler, we recommend a 15,000 BTU air conditioner for most applications. Carefully remove the air conditioner from its box and read all the instructions. Remove the air conditioner from the housing by removing the side screws and sliding the housing off. Install the housing into the air conditioner cutout so the top bar is resting against the wall. Screw the housing to the wall with 2 wood screws. Slide the air conditioner into the housing from inside the cooler. Replace the screws that hold the housing and the air conditioner together. Make sure the air conditioner tilts down at least 1/2 inch in the back. The weight of the air conditioner is usually sufficient to ensure 1/2 inch of tilt. If not, shim up the front to achieve the recommended tilt. Now that your air conditioner is installed, we can install the CoolBot and start cooling down the cooler. Remove the CoolBot from its box and read all the instructions. Mount the CoolBot with 2 screws alongside your air conditioner. Do not plug into the power source yet. Lay the red-tipped heater wire and the air conditioner's temperature sensor alongside of each other with the tips pointing in the same direction and wrap snugly together using the provided aluminum foil or any 2-inch square piece of foil. Ensure that the nubs of each sensor are in contact with the other. Plug the red-tipped wire into the heater jack on the bottom of the CoolBot. Install one of the temperature sensors, blue cable with the black tip, into the fins at the front of the air conditioner. Ease the fins apart by gently pushing a pencil between the fins within 1 inch of the bottom of the fins. Gently slide the sensor in only 1/4 to 1/2 inch. Route the cable sensor to allow for replacement of the air conditioner's front grill without pinching the cable. Plug the temperature sensor cable into the fins jack on the CoolBot. Install the other temperature sensor so it hangs freely in the cooler without touching anything. Plug the temperature sensor cable into the room jack on the CoolBot. Plug your air conditioner in and turn it on. Set the air conditioner to its lowest possible temperature. Make sure the air conditioner is set to the cool mode and the fan is on high. Plug the power supply cable into the power jack on the CoolBot and plug the power supply into the electrical outlet. To set the temperature on the CoolBot, press the check mark button. The current set temperature will blink. Use the right or left arrows to set the temperature to the desired value. press the check mark to save the value. Thank you for watching, and please make sure to read our CoolBot Indoor Cooler Construction Guide. For as little as a few $100s, you can join 35,000 satisfied users and have your own CoolBot walk-in cooler. The revolutionary CoolBot allows you to cool a well-insulated room down to as low as 34 degrees Fahrenheit using a standard window air conditioner.